It's been about a week since the iPhone 17 series has been out, and I've been testing both the iPhone Air and the iPhone 17 Pro Max for the past week, which the Pro Max is my personal preference, and I'll explain why in this video. So what I'm gonna do is go through 10 real-world differences to help you decide which one to buy. Getting into real-world difference number one, the iPhone Air is by far, hands down, the most premium iPhone I've ever felt in my life. There is just no comparison. It feels so luxurious. Every time I pick it up, it feels amazing compared to the Pro Max. So I'm really tempted because of that. It just feels so thin, just unreal. The second difference is that the iPhone Air is also a lot more grippy and nice feeling in your hands thanks to that polished titanium. Every time you hold it, it just feels nice and solid. Whereas with the Pro and the Pro Max, the new aluminum makes it feel so slippery and smooth. I feel like it could just slide off of everything. And I actually heard Max Weinbach, he had his hands wet, and thanks to the aluminum, he dropped his iPhone Pro. So that was a huge downside, which I wish the Pro was a little bit more grippy. That leads us to number three, which is the aluminum is so much more sensitive to drops. If you drop this thing, I've seen so many people online posting dents, terrible dents and scratches. Ben actually dropped his iPhone 17 from about 1.5 feet. It already has a dent on it, which is so disappointing compared to titanium on the Air, which for the last 2 years, the 15 and the 16 Pro, those ones you drop, you don't see anything, it kind of rubs off, but you drop this once, the aluminum is dented and it really makes you wish you had a case. Difference number four is that we have that new vapor chamber cooling system along with the aluminum unified body redesign, which works so well at dissipating heat. That gives us a lot better sustained performance. Like we tested Steel Nomad Lite Extreme Stress Test, and the difference in stability was insane on the Pro Max. But I did end up playing some games on both of these, and I don't really play too demanding games. Like I play Call of Duty Mobile, so it's not that demanding, but 120 Hertz on the iPhone Air was completely fine. It did heat up right on the back where the chip is at, but it did not drop the FPS, so it was very impressive for gaming. And of course, this new vapor chamber does help it charge faster as well, which is cool. So 25 watt MagSafe compared to the iPhone Air, only 20, just like the previous phones, because it's so thin and it has those throttling issues. However, on the Pro and the Pro Max, I did notice that the new aluminum unibody chassis leads to an issue where that heat dissipation works in reverse, which brings us to number five, and that's the fact that in direct sunlight, the new aluminum body actually absorbs more of that sun and tends to overheat. I was using this to film some AirPods Pro B-roll yesterday, and it dimmed down probably within 20 seconds. The display did. It was so annoying, and I started to feel it slow down while recording 4K 120. It just got so hot. So I feel like the Air actually is better at insulating from the sun. Of course, it's also pure white, that helps a ton, but with the titanium and glass, it insulates it, whereas the aluminum just soaks up the sun. Getting into real world difference number six, of course, we have the single camera on the iPhone Air, and that is one of the most annoying and limiting things compared to what I'm used to with the Pro Max, which I've been using for the last few years. And just having the flexibility of the three cameras is absolutely amazing. First off, this iPhone Air only goes up to 10x zoom for photos compared to 40x thanks to the 4x optical, and the difference is absolutely insane. Even comparing 10x to 10x, just look at the difference in quality. This just looks terrible. Second of all, you could actually use the 40x as sort of a viewfinder. If you're trying to read something from very far away or look at something far away, you can do that on the Pro, whereas this, you can't see nothing that's that far away. On top of that, there's also video where the iPhone Air only zooms up to 6x max. Can you believe it? Only 6x zoom on video compared to 24x zoom, and the difference is insane. We are watching the luau and zooming in. Look at that quality difference, especially at night. It's just basically night and day in terms of quality. And even in daylight comparisons, like we saw this sea turtle at the beach, even here, it's so nice to have that super nice quality zoom. Now, one thing I hate carrying around is a charging brick and cable to charge my phone. But thankfully, our sponsor TORRAS created this genius FlexLine 67-watt retractable charger, which features a 1 meter long retractable cable, making it super compact compared to Apple's 61-watt charger, and it has a fast, low-temperature charging feature, allowing it to reach 65% charge in just 30 minutes, and it comes with an extra USB-C port so you can charge 2 devices at once, like my laptop and my phone, with just this one charger. On top of that, the USB-C cable is really strong, instantly retracting right back into the charger, and I've actually had one of these for about a year, and I've not had any issues with the cable at all. Now, if you're on the go, TORRAS has the MiniMag that's ultra slim and ultra light with a capacity of 5,000 milliamp hours, and with that it charges at 7.5 watts wirelessly, while a quick charge with the cable achieves 18 watts of power. So go ahead and check out the FlexLine and MiniMag chargers using the links in the video description and pinned comment below. Moving on to real world difference number 7, there is also the lack of an ultra wide rear camera on the iPhone Air, whereas you have it on the Pro Max. And gotta tell you, I really love the ultra wide because when you're on trips like this, Snapdragon Summit 2025, by the way, thank you Snapdragon team for sending us out here. I love using the 4K ultra wide video mode to record this whole scene where you can get everything in basically in the picture to come back and show your family, whereas with the 1X, you're kind of all over the place trying to record all of the details of your resort and everything else. So I love the ultra wide for video, and I also love it for photos where we've been building a house and I love going into, like, let's say the bathroom. I want to take a picture of the tile, the shower. When you're in tight spaces, the ultra wide is so nice. Now, for real world difference number 8, I'm very happy that the iPhone Air also gets the 18 megapixel center stage camera, because you get that really nice landscape view for photos, and you have the much wider view where you can fit everybody. It's so much more space that you could fit your whole group, which we took a bunch of photos there. You also have the selfie video mode with landscape. It's just so nice to have. However, you cannot do cinematic selfie video on the iPhone Air, so it looks so much less kind of like cinematic and less kind of focused on you, the subject, when you're shooting your video. And this is actually an artificial limitation that Apple put on the Air. It has the same selfie camera, it's fully capable, but because it only has one rear camera, it does not have cinematic mode on the back, so they disabled it on the front as well. And let me tell you, I love using cinematic mode on the back. So many things you can record where it looks so nice, like a pro camera, like my son playing in the water. This difference right here, this comparison looks so much better on the Pro. Moving on to number 9, this is one of the most annoying things of the Air, and that is the single speaker. Yes, you only have one speaker right there in the earpiece. At the bottom, there's nothing but microphones, and that is really, really annoying to me, because I love using my iPhone speaker. I love watching videos at home. Like, let's say you see an MKBHD video pop up, click on it right away, put in landscape mode, watch it, you get nice surround sound from both sides of the phone. Not with the Air, you just get that top speaker. So if you're watching sideways, it comes from one side, which is so annoying. And plus, it's not as loud. It's all highs, no mids, no bass. It sounds terrible, and I hate it on the Air. And finally, for real world difference number 10, we have the battery life. Now, over the past week, I have noticed that I've been plugging in the Air more often than the other phones that I've been using. Like, we did the Pixel test, the S25, the unbiased comparison. By the way, watch that video if you haven't, our blind comparison that you guys love. Check it out. Also, the iPhone 17, everything seems to last longer than the Air. I've been plugging this in more often, but honestly, it's not as bad as everybody said. So many people were so worried that this would have like iPhone mini battery life, but Apple did a great job at extending the battery life and making it actually usable. But the Pro Max, the battery life on this is insane. You could take this out for a full day on the beach, just going out everywhere. You have battery life to last all day, even with recording videos and everything else. It is just so nice to have. You're not risking running out of battery on the beach and you're screwed until you go back to the hotel and recharge. This is just such a luxury to have. Probably the best battery life out of any mainstream flagship phone. But in conclusion, no matter how nice the iPhone Air feels, the luxury, thinness, the fresh feeling of having a phone that's never been made before in terms of the iPhone Air, I just keep going back to the Pro Max. I just imagine this nightmare scenario where I'm somewhere where I really want to record something cool in the distance. I pull out my Air and I remember that I have an iPhone Air, and I just slowly and sadly put it back in my pocket because I know it's useless for a Zoom video. I just can't imagine that, so I gotta stick to the Pro Max. But honestly, everything else about the Air is pretty decent. It's a decent, great phone. The display is really nice and bright. The 120 Hertz feels amazing, always on display. It has all of these features. Like, of course, the USB-C port isn't as fast, it's lightning speeds, but with the camera being so limiting, you're not even gonna take that many photos and videos anyways. So do you really need fast transfer speeds? I don't know. But here is my take and my recommendation on which one you should buy. If you're bored of having the same old phone year after year after year with the Pro and the Pro Max, it just feels kind of boring, the same thing, then yes, give this a shot. Give it a try, see how you like it for a year. But if you are not willing to take the risk of something going wrong and your battery dying at the wrong time, or not having that telephoto or any of those other features, then just take the safe bet. Stick with the Pro or Pro Max just like I am doing this year, because I just cannot sacrifice all of those features going with the fresh Air. So that is my opinion on these two phones after 1 week. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. Subscribe for more videos coming up. Definitely watch our unbiased blind camera comparison right there, as well as our ultimate comparison. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.